All right, you are locked and loaded and ready to connect GA4 to BigQuery, so let's get it on. First things first, open up the GA4 interface and hit that gear icon in the lower left corner. Next, underneath product links, select BigQuery links. If you don't see it, it's most likely a permissions issue. Don't sweat it. Just head back to our lesson on setting up permissions and come back here after. Once you're in BigQuery links, click Link to add a new link. Now, here's where you need to select your destination project in Google Cloud. If you don't see a project or your project here, again, it's probably a permissions issue. Head back to that lesson, make sure you've got everything set up correctly. Once your project is selected, you'll get an option after you select Next to include advertising IDs. If that's your jam, and I think it should be, check that box. Now, this isn't major, but you'll see some advanced options under Configure Data, Stream, and Events. If you have multiple streams coming to your property, you can choose to only export some of them. You can also choose to exclude events if there's some that you don't want to include from a privacy perspective, or if you're concerned about data volumes. But honestly, the best advice is include it all. Now, let's talk a little bit about the export types, streaming versus daily. Daily export happens once a day and has a max of 1 million hits per day, and it's free, and you can enable it without enabling billing in your Google Cloud project. The streaming export is almost exactly the same, but it happens within seconds of data arriving. And check this, there's no limit on the number of hits. So hint, if you're a GA4 360 customer, pause here for a second and check the cost of what it would take to enable the streaming data set only if you haven't done this. We've got a link down here at the bottom of this video to our cost calculator to help you do that calculation super fast. It's cheap. For 10 million hits a day, it costs you about $17 a month to run. You can check my math, but that's a lot cheaper than that $5,000 monthly license, don't you think? Okay, streaming exports also don't include first touch attribution in them. But here's the good news. You don't really need it. You can calculate first touch attribution by looking at a user since the beginning of that user's history and find out what their first source was. So no big deal. We'll cover how to do this in a later course. If you go the streaming route and need help configuring billing on Google Cloud, don't stress. Check out the optional module in this course that shows you how to set it up. Okay, no reason not to select user daily data export while you're at it. Click Next and review your settings, and then click Submit. That's it. Kablammy. You're connected. Your data is now secured and being backed up. You own it, baby. No more pulling the rug out from under you. Shh, we're still trying to forget that universal analytics debacle. Now, a quick heads up, it might take a day or two for the data to start flowing. If you don't see anything after 36 to 48 hours, the best thing to do is just to come back in here, delete and recreate the same connection. And sometimes that jump starts whatever Google has on their end that gets the data flowing. All right, you're all done. In the final video of this module, we're going to give you a teeny little preview of what you can do with this data, but that is it. You're connected.